There are not so many events like this where people have the opportunity from different parts of the industry to meet each other and to share their concerns and to find out, okay, it's not only my concern, it's also the concern of another. And also to find out how together you can solve your concern.
I think the events like today's are great opportunities to come together with other people with a shared interest across what will be the way the industry is developing, to share thoughts and ideas and have the opportunity to express them.
It's important to get the message across to not just the people that are here, but also to the wider audience that ETCS is to come. Needs to be coming due to capacity requirements for the network, and get the message to the wider audience.
ERTMS is such a huge program that even people working on it only see a very small part of it. So it's an opportunity to sort of hear what's going on elsewhere and sort of find things that strike a chord or find things that strike a discord.
I think the types of people we've got today, we've got the supply chain represented, quite well represented. We've got the operators, freight and passenger really well represented. We've had the sort of DFT infrastructure, a lot of consultancies who support the development of ETCS.
It's primarily getting the stakeholders aligned in one direction, in a common focus, and ensuring that the lead stakeholders engage with the industry, including the suppliers. It's important that all of them are here and supporting going forward.
It's good that we've got both the talks, the Fox and Network Rail, and a lot of the third parties, vendors and suppliers, because that way we can join together. To hear the freight operating companies actually join together as one amalgamated company or one amalgamated organisation approaching this is very beneficial, because I think they do have the whole geography of the network to try and recover, whereas if we do a test pilot 2022 King's Cross to Peterborough, that's quite defined within its operating. It's only Virgin Trains and a couple of other talks affected, whereas freight will actually be affected by the whole network, so it's a good audience today, to be fair.
I was really interested in the presentation by London Underground as to how they'd implemented their own version of ETCS and the sort of the pitfalls and learning from one way of doing it and from another way of doing it. It was really interesting.
The UK is quite conjoined within its network. To see how they've actually implemented it and see some of the hurdles they've gone through, so almost having a guinea pig in the country already is quite a good thing.
The cybersecurity as well, it's a key issue that perhaps industries really doesn't know that much about from an operational perspective, and that's really good to understand better.
We've had to go out and recruit new staff, either to work directly on ERTMS or to backfill people who are working on it. It's had some positives because some of the guys that we've recruited are good, young kind of guys that maybe we would like to have recruited in the past, but wouldn't have had the wherewithal to do it were it not for ERTMS to keep them busy.
For Europe as a whole, I think the interesting thing is that this what happens in the United Kingdom will really substantially increase the market potential for the suppliers, and it will also help in getting things standardized, and that will be both beneficial for the UK and also for the rest of Europe.
I think we'll see a staged benefit to the industry. I think we'll get a uniform approach to safety and interoperability across the sphere, and then with the advent of level 3, we'll see capacity and performance improvements. So overall benefits to UK safety, interoperability, which will give cost and savings to the customer and UK PLC, and from an industry and passenger perspective, more frequent trains and more of them.
It should be a lot safer. It should be able to recover from incidents a lot more quickly. It should be a lot more flexible, and it should also be able to make much more use of sort of white space, of much better use of capacity.
There are so many different stakeholders, and they all have to work together. And putting aside your own interest, because you have to realize that it's not only your own interest, but you have to have a kind of a common goal. That is a big challenge for everybody.